everyone, Edna Kimble, Edna Sells, Century 21 Wright Real Estate, and welcome to our podcast. Things to do before closing on your home. Now, I've done all of the videos, but I wanted to kind of squish it all into one. Number one, get all of the contingencies squared away. The first step on house closing checklist should be to get all the contingencies taken care of. Most purchase agreements have contingencies, things that buyers must do before the real estate transaction is actually official. These are the most common contingencies that are part of your new home closing process. Your home inspection contingency. I can't tell you how many times on the day of closing, a buyer's agent asks, "Were those repairs done?" What? So the home inspection contingency gives the buyers the right to have the home professionally inspected. If something is wrong, the buyer can request that it be fixed, or the buyer can walk out of the contract. It's rarely advisable to waive an inspection contingency. Although the average home inspection costs between $300 to $500, it's a drop in the bucket considering the costly home issues that you may find after closing. The second contingency is the appraisal contingency. With this contingency, a third party hired by your mortgage lender will evaluate the fair market value of the home. If the appraised value is less than the sales price, the contingency enables you to back out of the deal without forfeiting your earnest money. Now remember, this is not an inspection. This is completely separate. Now, financing contingency. This contingency gives you the right to back out of your deal if your mortgage approval falls through. However, you typically have to do that within 10 days before closing. You will have a specified time in the contract, and you really need to be mindful of that and know what your timelines are. The second item is a clear title. When you buy a home, you take title to the property and establish legal ownership. This process is confirmed by the local public records and is on file. As part of the closing process, your mortgage lender will require a title search, and you'll need to purchase title insurance to protect your legal claims to the home. Now, title insurance is not 100% required, but I do recommend you research that. Sometimes a distant relative or an ex-spouse may surface with the claim that they actually own the home and that the seller had no right to sell it to you in the first place. But clearing the title will ensure that this doesn't happen, and the title insurance, in case there was an error, would cover you. As the home buyer of this piece of real estate, you're entitled to choose the title company. You can get recommendations from your real estate agent, your mortgage lender, and friends. Just be sure to check out the license and reputation of each company online. And keeping it local within the county is very, very important. This will save you time and money. Get the final mortgage approval. I can't tell you how many times buyers assume that this is already completed. Before you can go to the closing table, your home loan must go through the underwriting process. Underwriters are like real estate detectives. It's their job to make sure you've represented yourself, your finances truthfully, and that the home also was represented, and that there's no misleading claims on your loan application or on the home. The underwriter employed by your mortgage company will check your credit score, review your home appraisal, and ensure that your financial portfolio has remained the same since you were pre-approved for the loan. You can't go changing jobs or getting more debt. Since underwriting typically happens shortly before closing, you don't want to do anything while you're in contract that's going to hurt your credit score. That includes making a down payment on a new car, a boat, a motorcycle, or even financing new furniture or new appliances for the new home. Basically, don't open any new lines of credit. Now, you also need to review your closing disclosure. This important item is on your home closing checklist. If you're getting a loan, one of the best ways to prepare is to thoroughly review your closing disclosure. This official document outlines your exact mortgage payments, the loan's terms, which are basically the interest rate and duration of the loan, and additional fees you'll pay called closing costs, which can account for anywhere from 2% to 7% of the home price. Now, you'll want to compare your closing disclosure to the loan estimate your lender gave you at the outset. If you spot any discrepancies, be sure and contact your lender so they can explain them to you. Also, you'll want to do a final walkthrough. Most sales contracts allow buyers to do a final walkthrough of the home within 48 to 24 hours before closing. During this stage, you're making sure the previous owner has vacated or the tenant has moved out, unless you've made some kind of agreement for a rent back arrangement. You're also double checking that the home is in the same condition that you agreed upon in the contract. Basically, that no damage was done during the move out and that maybe the movers or family members didn't inadvertently take something that they weren't supposed to take. Also, if there was a home inspection and it revealed problems, did the seller get those items and repairs taken care of? Now, you're also going to want to bring necessary documentation to closing. One of the most important closing checklist items is bring your photo ID, bring copies of original documents that you've been required to bring, such as mobile home titles or trust documents. You will have previously sent over your proof of homeowner's insurance. The copy of the contract has already been sent. The home inspection report is basically just for you. And then if the bank has any required documents for the loan approval, the bank would have already taken care of those prior to the day of closing. In essence, if you are in doubt, just bring it all and your realtor and lender will help you sort through it. Now, you need to plan to sign a lot of paperwork, and I mean a lot. And sometimes clients get a little fussy about this when the lender is calling and requesting things 2 to 3 days before closing. But if you personally were about to loan someone 150, 200,000, 300,000, I bet you would also want to double check everything and ask for additional information. So, the attorney or settlement agent that is closing the loan will guide you through the process and explain what all of the documents are. Once you complete those documents and your lender has sent the funds, at that point you're officially closed. Now, remember, if you are closing after 3:30 on a weekday, there's a great chance that your loan may not fund and you may not be given access to that home. And this is a very important problem if you are closing out of the county that you're closing in. So be sure and ask your realtor, if we close today, at what time will I get access to the home? So for all of your real estate needs, please reach out, give us a call, shoot us a text. We'd be happy to answer them. I hope this was helpful.